Welcome back to another Gaming Glad 39 video. Today we are hopping into Ark, and we're going to be doing some stuff with Ark. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, not the greatest at this. So we woke up the first day. After the lag died down, we went straight into collecting those rocks, and we couldn't forget to go and punch some trees. So that's what we did. Then, once we got those trees punched and got all that wood and thatch, even though it's taking longer to okay, come on, gaming, hurry up. Okay, there we go. Then we collected some fiber, had a bit of a lag spike, but then we went and crafted our first pickaxe, or did we punch a tree? No, yeah, we went and crafted our first pickaxe of the series. It's probably going to be a lot, but that we learned spear and campfire from the engrams, and we got ready to continue with our adventure. Then we went and mined some rocks with our pickaxe to get geared up. And then, after collecting a bunch more resources, we finally got another level up and got our weight leveled up. Yeah. Then we learned the hatchet and the cloth shirt and cloth pants and got ready to continue. We made both the cloth shirt and cloth pants. We couldn't make the hatchet just yet. Then once that was crafting, we went and got more trees mined, looked at that supply crate, knew we couldn't get it to level 25, definitely knew that before looking at it, and put on the clothing. Okay, yeah. Then we took the axe, looked at it just to make sure, got in our tree, and then we went and tried to kill a parasaur, but that didn't go well. It just ran away and I couldn't catch it. Tried to throw a spear at it, missed. Almost had a turtle, which would have been bad because, you know, I'm a noob and I don't know how to fight very well. Then after we did that, we kept on chasing the parasaur because I really wanted to hide from it. And we just kept chasing and chasing. And we threw another spear at it, like that worked so well the first time. And it still didn't get it. So eventually here I gave up. Had to regain stamina and everything. And I saw that turtle down there, and I'm like, oh, I could go take that on. So I ran over to the turtle, spear in hand, or actually 4 spears, I believe, and looked around to see if there was another creature, any other turtles around to make sure I wouldn't provoke anymore. Ran all the way down. Okay, what am I doing here? This is confusing. And then came back to the turtle. Yes. Yes, okay, that makes complete sense. Then we we stabbed it, then we chucked 3 spears into its head and kept our 4th spear ready to stab. So, yeah, that's what we did. We continued to try to stab it, and its hits were definitely hurting, but I thought I could definitely take it until, yeah, I just kept going around it, stabbing it with the spear. It got me tired from stamina, and then Compy showed up. And luckily I killed one of the compies, and the other 2 or 3 went after the turtle, so I had a time to catch my breath. But that's not clearly what I did. I didn't want to catch my breath. I went over, hit one of the compies, got 2 of them chasing me, and had to fight off the compy, so the turtle was fighting off that last one. Killed them both in one hit with the spear, except I didn't, because my spear broke. Made a bunch more spears as the turtle was coming towards me. Or did the spear not break? Why did I stop using the spear? I ran around, collected all the compy's hide that I could before getting smacked by that turtle and almost killed. Then I decided to fight the turtle in this style because it looked more cinematic. Yes. Just deal with it, okay? Spear broke this time, and I made about 4 more, and then I was supposed to start running away, and I kept getting hit while the spears were making. Not a great idea to fight a turtle this low level, but I just decided I would, because I didn't know how bad they hurt. So after the turtle bit my butt more and more times, and I'm almost dead, I decided, okay, it's time to go around here. Maybe I shouldn't fight this turtle, but then I turned around and chucked the final 2 spears into the head of the turtle and ended it. After collecting its loot, I swam over across the street after ordering some new engrams, decided that I wanted to tame a dodo, because why wouldn't I tame a dodo? I found these weird party dodos with party hats, and they didn't even give me any hide, or they gave me birthday cake. But I decided that I would kill any ones I saw anyway, because who knows what birthday cake could be used for in the future. After killing both of those dodos, I finally found a real one, I believe, after I looked towards the parasaur, because I've never done something like this, so yeah. I found another party dodo, slaughtered it for its birthday cake, because I want the cake, even though I can't eat it, which makes no sense to me. And I found a real wild male dodo, very low level, but I decided I would just punch it unconscious anyway and tame it. After giving it berries, I gave it berries and it tamed, and I named it T-Rex, because that is a perfect name for a dodo, and you cannot convince me otherwise. After it tamed and it was named, I saw a green tech parasaur that I really wanted, so I took out my new slingshot that I made and started pelting it with rocks. But sadly, I could not tame it. I forgot that you normally have boas to tame the parasaurs, so I kept chucking rocks at it, but it just swam away. I chased after it in the water, and I thought maybe it would just go onto the land and I would have a shot, but no, it came back, swam in the water, and I wasn't about to go back just for it, because I knew it would just keep running away, and I do not have the stamina yet to try to chase down a parasaur. So after I swam after it a bit in the water, I realized, oh, it's probably a lost cause, and I went home to put T-Rex safe and sound at the base. After T-Rex was safely at the base and a bit more fiber harvesting, I found a Dilophosaur. I attacked it with my spear, got spit on, blinded, but I eventually overcame it and took its hide as a prize. I really wanted, at this point, I was thinking I really wanted a rideable tame, so I was looking for either a Mosachops or a turtle that looked low enough level I could take it on, or a trike, but I decided just to go and kill another Dilophosaur since I saw it and I didn't want to deal with it later. Dodged its spit because I learned my lesson sometimes, and proceeded to kill it with the spear and get the final blow. Now, as I was harvesting this one, the turtle had another turtle around, so I wasn't going to try to tame that. I went to go get a drink of water and ran back. Saw two trikes over there, but decided that was not a good idea. But then saw a Mosachops, and watching the ARK videos from other YouTubers, like the 100 Days guys, I knew that Mosachops you can ride without a saddle, and I wanted one. So I looked for the right berry, put the berry in my last slot of my hotbar, like it said to do, and mistook it for one, and then went and tamed the Mosachops. And of course, I named it Chomps, with a trike behind me stomping my screen, so I couldn't name it right for a bit until I got Chomps right. It started raining on us, so I decided I would test it out and ride him home, and it looked like he had good weight for me at this level right now. Tried to attack the other Mosachops, and that's when I figured out they can harvest fiber pretty well, and I would probably need that in later days, but since this is only a day episode, we didn't really use that much again. I did ride Chomps a lot this day, but I didn't really go collect fiber with it. After depositing Chomps safe at home and trying to chase an Oviraptor, I went over here and saw two dodos. Was hoping to get a female for T-Rex, but didn't find one. I did find another party dodo, slaughtered it because I don't like them, and they probably stole my birthday cake is how they got it. And then I saw this wild male one that I thought was a female before and just slaughtered it for its hide and meat since it wasn't the mate I needed for T-Rex. I kept on searching around here, thought about going up, but realized when I was playing on my Xbox that was not a good spot to go, especially for low levels. Tried to stab the unicorn and had it run away from me. Had the Petrodon walking by me, but I kept on running, looking for that one dodo that would change my life. And I never found the dodo, but I did see a Pegomaster. And those things are mean. So I went after I don't know exactly what it stole. Oh, it stole my berries. Well, that's good, rewatching it. Thanks. And I eventually slaughtered it and took its hide. Never got my berries back though. And that was the end of this annoying creature that I don't even know why people would tame it. So I finished it off, collected its hide and meat, and saw another one. And this time I was not gonna let it take anything from me. So I shot a spear into its back, one-shot it, and collected its hide and meat. Now, as I was walking along this area, I was looking for another dodo still, just hoping that and praying that a female would show up. Had my slingshot at the ready in case, I don't know, I thought a slingshot would tame a dodo. I'm a new guy, remember? I started to swim over until I saw that green parasaur stuck in the trees, not able to escape. And that is an opportunity you cannot pass up. So I instinctively started throwing rocks in its face, because that's how you get things unconscious. You just hit it with rocks in the face, and it'll definitely become your friend afterwards. So after a bunch of rocks pelting it and hoping that it would go down without escaping, it finally went down. I threw the last rock off in the distance so I wouldn't hurt it more, put the berries in its inventory, and I got to work chopping the trees down around it so that it wouldn't be stuck, just in case it would be when it woke up, so that it wouldn't be. And it gave me some extra wood. This is when I realized I got encumbered by taking down these trees and I couldn't jump. So then I decided that I would just put, when it's tamed, I would just put whatever I wanted in its inventory. Once it was getting close to tamed, I decided that it was time to come up with a name, and I had one thought in my head from a show that I just watched. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I then said, "You shall hereby be known as Steve." Once that brilliant name choice was over and I had Steve with me, I decided that I would put the rocks in my inventory in his inventory so I wouldn't be encumbered anymore. Now, we had to travel all the way back to my base, and I was going to do that. I was not going to risk Steve to go find another female dodo. So we started to swim across it, found a dead Troodon, and realized, uh-oh, if they're around here, that's not good, because I know for a fact they could put you unconscious, and that's not fun. But then I just shoved it off as a coincidence and started swimming across the river to get back to my house. After gathering Chomps and deciding to go on a run with him, we started to hobble our way down this beach again, looking for anything that we could kill to level him up just a bit more before I decided to make my Parasaur saddle, and I need to level up as well. So we picked a fight with an Oviraptor that ran away from us and we couldn't kill until it ran back at us and we got the final blow on it. Should have come at me, Egg Eater. Now, he was running out of stamina really quickly, so I already knew what I wanted, but at this point, I didn't know the keybind to enter his inventory, so I just had to hop off and do it the horrible way until I finally figured it out later on that it was F and not E or I. So I kept on doing that. Decided to level him up for a bit of stamina so we could ride him longer. And I hopped back on his back and we started to run towards more danger. Hopefully that would get him levels quicker. As we ran across the beach, he pooped multiple times. But we finally came across a Dilophosaurus, and that's probably the biggest danger we're going to get at these beginning levels. So I decided to take it on with Chomps. Chomps destroyed it and gave me a level up, which I was not expecting. So I hopped off of him, or maybe not. Did I? I think I did, yes. Hopped off of him and quickly went into my inventory and leveled up something there. I think weight or stamina or something like that, maybe melee damage. Learned a few new things, including narcotics. That was basically the main thing there. So that I could finally make trank arrows, and we finally learned how to. We kept trying across the beach, met a trike, and we said hello. Saw a monster Chomps being chased by a Dilophosaurus, and decided that we would help out Chomp's brethren by killing that Dilophosaurus after killing a party dodo, because we don't like party dodos, okay? So we went after that Dilophosaurus until we couldn't no more, and the stamina just kept running low on Chomps, and it was very annoying. and we saw them run across it, and the Dilophosaurus finally left that other Mosachops alone when the Mosachops went into water and must have gone out of the Dilophosaurus's range. So then I saved up Chomp's stamina so we could take it on together until I realized it would probably be better if I got more experience. So I hopped off of Chomp's with my spear in hand and went to go deal with this Dilophosaurus man to dino. I absolutely shredded this thing, dodged its spit again, and killed it and collected its hide. Looks like fate finally had it in for me. After I ran around with Chomps a bit more, I finally met a Troodon, and it bit me and started to put me unconscious, and I was just done. So I threw more spears into it, finally killed it, and then I didn't realize that it would still knock me unconscious, so I started harvesting and then went to sleep for a while. As I was sleeping, I was thinking of how this run was going, and realized I'd probably only get a day done today since I had a busy week, and I was getting ready to go leave for it. So as I was thinking about that, watching my torpor train slowly, I was thinking about what I needed to get done in this video, and I realized I really needed to get a female dodo for T-Rex. So with that new goal in mind, I watched my torpor finally dissipate to almost nothing, and I got back up, oh come on, I got back up. How long does it take to get back up? I got back up finally and harvested the rest of that Troodon. As night has finally fell on this world and I got Chomps back safely home, I realized that multicolored beam probably meant that any level could go grab it. And I really wanted to get a supply drop on my first video, so I ran over to go get it and go see if I could get a female dodo, even though that wasn't in the top of my priorities, but if it would be an added plus if I got one. I didn't realize that freezing took health here, and I just kept swimming and didn't realize it. Wondered why I was turned red at the end, but I just thought, oh, maybe something bit me and they're like a piranha or something. So I finally got up out of the water with my torch in hand, and we had to find a way to climb it. After seeing two party dodos and lighting them both on fire with the torch, I killed one of them with the fire, but one survived the fire, so I had to go in with the hatchet and end it. And collect its cake. I forgot to collect the cake of the second one that I burned to death, but we're going to ignore that. As I made an accidental second sleeping bag, or third, I can't remember at this point, we placed it down there so I'd have a fast, easy travel over here if I died instead of having to swim across the river again. And we started our long trek up the cliff to see if what was in this and was it worth this trip. I finally got up on top of the cliff, saw another party dodo, but decided to leave it be for now, and decided, oh, this may be deadly. I don't like the forest look at night. So I walked slowly, regaining my stamina towards this thing, and I saw a Dilophosaurus in the corner of my eye, and I was tired and starving. I ate some of my cooked meat, and I got ready to take him on with my hatchet? Nope, spears, good. I broke a spear on him, and I dodged his spit, and I quickly dealt with him as I'm finally learning how to deal with these guys quickly and easy. Harvested his hide and went straight towards this supply drop. Got a bunch of good beginning loot from it, including water skins, staining torches, storage bins, all that good stuff, but then became encumbered. So then I was trying to decide what to do, and I think I finally eventually decided after leveling up my weight once more and looking over everything I got, and somehow got making another sleeping bag. I think that's my fourth accidental sleeping bag made. I finally learned the parasaur saddle and the arrow and the club before realizing, hey, I'm still encumbered even after upgrading weight. So I was looking through my inventory, and I did decide to throw that stone eventually. I wondered how long it actually took me to realize to throw the stone. Thought about the meat, ate some more meat, and just stood there. Nope, I finally tried to ditch it, and it wouldn't work until I realized I have to hover over it and hit drop. Dropped the stone, wasn't encumbered anymore, and started my trek back home. Now this trek back home is going to be very interesting and not very fun, but I didn't realize this at this point. So I tried to skirt down my way down this side of the mountain, and I did this with taking very little damage after trying to figure out how to get back up, and I realized I couldn't. I tried jumping on this 3 times until I realized, hey, I can't do that. So I decided, might as well slide. I'll probably survive anyway. So I slid down, taking 0 damage on that first slide. Felt good. Slid down the other part of the mountain, still took no. And then I found a female dodo just chilling out here. So I decided, well, you know, I have extra berries, might as well tame it, eat one more meat, and then go dark and punch it to sleep. So I started punching, throwing fists at this thing. It took 3 punches to get down, which the other one did not, and then punched it once more for good measure, not realizing it was already down. Put the berries into the inventory and waited. As it was finally tamed, I decided to name this one Rosie, as it was a female and I liked the name Rosie. And I started to decide to head back to my old base because it was time to get Rosie and T-Rex acquainted with each other. So I started looking across, not realizing that freezing makes you take damage when it's lasted too long. And I don't know why I was standing here. Maybe I just wanted to. Whoop-de-doo. Yay. But I decided that I would start swimming. Missed a trilobite, which I did not realize until this moment, that I probably should have killed Forage, Triton, and stuff for later levels. Started swimming. This is when I realized, freezing makes you take damage, and that rock is pretty far off. So I swam with all my might, trying to hit that rock, and watching my health drain slowly, praying that Rosie would not die or not be taking damage from the same thing. And as I injured, I pretty knew well I was gonna die. So, yeah, I finally passed away for my first time in this run to water. And not even drowning in it, from freezing in the frigid cold water. After waking back up and the sleeping bag that I just placed down on that side, I swam back over there even though I knew I was going to freeze, but I didn't think I would freeze to death since I had a better angle and it was definitely a shorter distance than before, especially to the rock right there. So I kept swimming, seeing Rosie there, all fine. It didn't look like she was dead. And I went, grabbed my stuff, afraid actually that I would get encumbered for some reason. Maybe all that extra skins would weigh me down or something. So I finally got up to the rock. And since I'm new, had to look up the keybind for whistle to follow, and we did that. And here is where things really took a turn. After getting Rosie to the rock, I heard a bird screech, those little annoying birds, like the Ichthyosaurus, and it picked up Rosie and dragged her and ate her in the air. And I was so disappointed that I took so much of this day to try to find a female dodo, found it, and then it was murdered by one of those stupid birds. I decided it would not be good just to stay around there and be angry at the bird. I need to get back home because I need to leave very soon, and I need to finish up this video. So I kept on swimming and swimming, praying that I would not die again because that was not fun. The red came up, and I was very nervous that I would pass away, but eventually I got onto land, pulled out my torch to hopefully warm me up a bit, and ran back home. After setting up both of the stay and torches I got from that place, I decided I needed to go collect some more wood because I didn't have any, and I wanted the charcoal for gunpowder later on because, yes, I played this on my Xbox. The computer is just brand new to me, okay? So I went, gathered some wood. Definitely thought 40 would be enough, 20 per side. And this is when I realized, I'm going to have to get off very soon. Like, very soon. So I split it in half, put it into the standing torch, lit the torch up. Yeah, okay, yeah, it took longer to lit both of them up. Went to go stand by my campfire, and this is when I decided, yes, I need to get off because of reasons. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you next time.